to Jack Smith, but Perkins Coie had been the sort of the center of attention for Republicans because of their work on the 2016 campaign representing Hillary Clinton, their ties to the dossier, and the fact that one of their lawyers had actually gone on trial, on criminal trial, in connection with these investigations. But what's happened here is something remarkable. Williams and Connolly is like the most elite group of litigators in the country. They specialize in this type of thing, of fighting the government. They pride themselves on it to almost an obnoxious point. And what's happened here...
Like what? Like what fights?
I mean, I would defer to Andrew on a better example than what I could come up with, but basically... They enjoy suing the government to stop the government from taking specific action on whoever their clients are. And they pride themselves on going to the ends of the earth to making sure that they can win. And what's happened here is you've gone from a situation in which it looked like Perkins Coie still faces a potential existential threat, but we're going to go it alone and now have the top firm in Washington signed on to do that. But not just, that doesn't just mean something to the matter at hand. It shows that this firm is willing to step up here where other firms are not willing to do that. There is utter silence from the legal community in Washington. But Williams and Connolly has said, okay, we're going to do this. Andrew, is that fair?
That is fair. I just want to make sure people understand like how important this is, because this can seem like such a small and in the weeds. This is literally the attack on the rule of law. We talk about sort of things that sort of are around the edges and how it's going to undermine the rule of law. This is the attack. This is saying we are going to attack defense counsel. That is part of our legal system. And you know who should know that better than anyone? Donald Trump. He has installed his criminal defense counsel as the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General and the Principal Deputy Attorney General. These are all people who represented him, and he knows better than anyone the importance of defense counsel. But he doesn't operate in the way the three of us would operate, to be like, oh, well, that's the principle involved. He's transactional. He's like, well, that all makes sense as long as they're representing me. But as soon as they're representing Jack Smith or they're representing the DNC, which is the sin of all sins of Perkins Coie, was doing that, then we get to attack them. And so this is why it is so important that the legal community stand up. The one thing I will say is there's no question that there's fear. You see that in legal firms, you see that in corporations, and they're all sort of victimized and worried about being victimized. But there are not only law firms that are stepping up, but all of the sort of bar associations have been speaking up because it's a way of sort of attacking this without making any one firm a target of Donald Trump.
Let me take it. I'm not going to dumb it down for you, Mark Elias. I'm going to try to broaden it. Well, I'll dumb it down a little bit for myself. I mean, it speaks to something that I said in the last block about the economic advisors. When your cabinet is full of weak weenies, nobody